What is this podcast about? Like, I was playing sports my whole life, and my whole goal of my life was to like be a professional athlete. I'm 5'9". 155.
What sport?
Every sport. Kid you not, I applied to 100 internships and jobs. I think out of 100, 10 emailed me back. I had an interview with 5, and I only got 1. And that was the Seahawks. In the sports world, you're working 80 hours a week. Each week it was like 67, 72, 75, 80, 65. Every week during the season, you're doing that for 17 weeks straight. But when we got to week 17 and we made the playoffs, let me tell you, I said, you'll be fucking joking, man. I have to make one more fucking hype. I was texting my fucking coworkers like, we better not win this game. I don't have that same drive that I did. I mean, it's crazy to say out loud because I never actually said that out loud about me not having the drive that I do now, and I feel like I want to take that back.
Back to another episode of the Bproud Podcast. My name is Josephine, and I'm joined by my co-host Jafetti. Today we are joined by special guest Dylan Blane, videographer, content creator, and so we'll get into his story here in a little bit. But we are the co-founders of a clothing brand created to inspire people to be proud of who they are.
And the whole purpose of this podcast is for us to have open conversation, just about personal growth and personal development. And so we just love bringing you guys around this journey, just for you guys to get more insight about who we are and the guests that we bring on as well too. So the question that we want to open up with is, if you can commit any crime, if you can get rid of any crimes in the world, right? But for you to get to eliminate that crime, you have to commit that crime. What would it be? So anything in the world you can get rid of, but you have to commit that crime first.
Like, get rid of, like, no one ever does it ever again.
Yeah. No one will ever do it ever
But you
again.
have to do it first, though.
Shit.
That's a tough one.
Oh, shit, I don't know.
Because I'm thinking about a lot of things that you can
Any
get rid of,
answer's
and I'm
crazy,
like,
bro.
I don't know if I can do that.
Murder, maybe.
I think that might be the safest one, bro.
Yeah, murder.
Who you killing?
Who am I killing?
Yeah.
Fucking
I got hit list already, bro.
Spin the wheel, bro. Okay.
That's a crazy way to go out, bro.
I mean, like, that question kind of wild.
That is a crazy. It's a crazy
bro.
question.
I feel like I would honestly just steal,
What?
bro, because that's the safest. Because that's the safest one. Because nobody else will ever steal. But then, like, it's not that crazy of a crime to commit.
Yeah, but, like, what if I want to steal? Like, I'd rather steal. Yeah.
Huh?
But you don't want to get rid of stealing,
Stealing
like,
is-
because, like,
is kinda-
sometimes.
Yeah.
It's essential, bro.
Yeah, especially when you're
If you
young,
don't got
bro.
money,
Yeah,
When
bro.
you're young, high
I was
school.
like, bro, you can get rid of stealing. Like, my high school days are done.
man, bro. There's some people that need to. There's some people that need to.
I was like,
I really think murder is the only one you can do safely. Like, that's the only safe.
because when is murder good? When would murder be good? Like,
if you were murdering like let's say somebody like sexually harasses or assaults like a sister, like a friend, a daughter. I think murder. I think most people.
what
would
is
be
this
okay.
podcast about? Like, how do we start this? With
Anywho, opening it
I'm
up,
like,
getting the
I
flow
got a
going.
text that said you want to talk about how to handle stressful situations. And here we are
This is a
talking
stressful
about
stressful
we're
question,
talking
bro.
about murder and
Okay, bro,
stealing.
this is how we open up. But I think that's a great segue into the actual conversation of today's topic. So, I want to ask you this question because I think it's really interesting. You went to college, obviously, but after you graduated, you didn't get a traditional job, right? And you started your own business. And I wanted to just learn more about, like, what made you make that decision of, like, kind of believing in yourself going forth with just pursuing your passion.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you also just tell people what you do?
I was gonna say, I guess for people who don't know who I am, it doesn't really
Go ahead and
make
introduce
sense. I
yourself.
mean, you guys know my story because you guys. I mean, I feel like we've known each other for a long time. But right now I'm 24. I started ReelNative Films with Justin in 2021. Yeah, 2021. Maybe even like parts of 2020. The idea was brewing, but we went to Portland State 2018. Me and Justin ran the athletic department for video since I got there. Yeah. So I did it all 4 years, graduated in 2022. And then we started ReelNative Films. And kind of like right at the end of college, I guess the point that you wanted to bring up was I was applying for jobs even though I had ReelNative Films.
Yeah.
But my idea behind that was I had no one to learn from.
I see, yeah.
And because you always want to think that you're not necessarily the best, but like if you're doing something, you think you're good at it, right?
100%.
We literally went through that same thought process as well too.
Yeah.
Where it's like we need to get experience to really know.
Yeah.
Especially like instead of running a business, there's a lot of processes you need to put in place, and it's easier for you to go into an area that's already established and be able to get that knowledge, versus you having to waste your time and energy and failing.
Yeah, and I mean so in some ways you have to always think you're the best, even though you're not the best, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not the best at what I do, but I like to think I am, right? Like if you give me a camera, I like to think you can put my work up there with anyone, which I mean, I think you can, but at the time, I mean, this is like three years ago, you couldn't. Like I couldn't put my work up there with everyone who I thought was better than me.
Did you always still have that same confidence and belief in yourself though? Of just like I'm the best, even when you were in that starting phase, or was it something that kind of grew as you got more experience?
Or did you get like hit with an ego check? You're like, damn.
Looking back at your own stuff, sometime when you
Nah, I mean, I was always like, no, yeah, I didn't think I was good. Like in 2018, I didn't think I was good.
You were scamming PSU. That's what.
No, I wasn't scamming. I came in as a freshman, and I really only had like I took a video class in high school my senior year because I've talked about this before, but like I was playing sports my whole life, and my whole goal of my life was to like be a professional athlete.
Yeah.
I'm
What
5'9", 155.
What
right?
sport were you
I'm
playing?
not every sport. Every sport I played. 5'9", 155. You know, I was not gonna go pro. I was not gonna go pro.
At least you knew that quick, though.
But yeah, no, I
We all
mean,
been there though, bro.
I mean, we all grew up wanting to be professional athletes.
That's the first.
That was
That's
the
the
first
goal. I
goal.
mean, you write down on that little piece of paper, and
Yeah.
you're fucking like, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to be a professional athlete. Your teacher looks at it and starts laughing.
Until life hits you, bro.
She said, yeah, no. But I mean, I got hurt and picked up a camera just trying to help out my team.
Yeah.
I made like a little hype video for like my track team, and then people really liked it, and I was like, shit, I'm kind of good at that. Maybe I should do that.
Yeah.
I think I was 18, and then Justin was already here at Portland State, and he had just same exact thing actually. Running track, got hurt, filmed a video on the marketing coordinator specialist for PSU.
Was
It was
he
like,
running track for PSU?
yeah. I
Was
mean,
he a D1 athlete?
yeah, bro. He was a state. He was fast.
the-
He's like top 5 fastest 100 meters in Hawaii.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What was called?
Yeah, he was.
I did not know all this.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy,
he was
bro.
Nice. He was nice. I always looked up to him in track. Like whenever we were running at track, like I was 1 year younger than him, so I
Yeah.
was like, But anyways, he got the job at PSU, and he was like, hey, well, I need help. I can't do all the sports by myself. So PSU wasn't even on my radar for colleges.
Yeah.
I see, yeah.
I mean,
So he was the reason why
this
he came
was
here.
Oh, yeah.
Justin's freshman year, but your senior year.
of high school.
Okay,
I was in
yeah,
high
yeah.
school. He was a freshman in college,
Okay.
and he said, "Hey, if you want to come to PSU, I can get you a job right away." And my goal, I got into U of O and OSU, and my dream school was UW, but I didn't get in. I wasn't smart enough. But I was like, I want to go to a big school, U of O, OSU, and I'll try to film sports there.
Yeah.
But there's no guarantee, right? Because it's so saturated and everyone's trying to
100%.
do it. And he's like, you have an automatic job right here when you come to PSU. And I said, fuck it. Like, I'm going to go to PSU. I don't know what it is, where it is, whatever. I'm going. Never been to Portland in my life.
Man.
And here I am 6 years later, still here, right?
Are you actually happy you went to PSU, or do you wish you
Oh, I
went
don't
somewhere?
regret it at all. I don't regret it at all. Because that's, like, I wouldn't have got where I am now without going to PSU. Like, I mean, I went 4 years, PSU, athletics. I ran it with Justin for 4 years.
Yeah.
And then back to the thing about learning from people, I was like, well, I need to apply for an internship somewhere. Kid you not, I applied to 100 internships and jobs.
Damn.
I think out of 100, 10 emailed me back. I had an interview with 5, and I only got 1, and that was the Seahawks, which ended up being
Was that the one you
the one that I wanted.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it
That's
worked out
crazy.
crazy. Yeah. I mean, before the Seahawks, I was flown out to Vegas,
Yeah.
and I was offered a job as an editor at UFC. And
I remember you posting
yeah,
about that.
and this wasn't an internship; it was a job. Right?
Yeah.
Out of college, you're like, that's the thing that you really want. It's like, man, a job out of college
Yeah.
at a platform at like UFC that I've been watching since I was like 10,
Yeah.
right? Like you look up to something like that. Guess what the number was?
How much are we gonna pay you?
Yeah.
20K.
20K is
High.
crazy.
That's crazy.
That's high?
No, that's way
No, that's
too low.
crazy.
That's
20K?
crazy.
How you living off of
Can't
20K?
even say- no, but it was 40. It was like 40 or 45.
Full time.
45.
For full time employee.
Full time.
That's actually
full time.
insane.
Yeah. And I was like, absolutely not. Like, they tried to smooth me, man. They flew me to Vegas and everything.
40K though is crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. And
Especially
don't get me
with
wrong,
the-
everyone there was super nice, and I loved it. And
Cost of living in Vegas is crazy too. So like,
Yeah.
Bro, that was finna have you working like a dog too,
oh
bro.
yeah, oh yeah. Sports is not. I mean, sports like everyone wants to work in sports. I want to do
Yeah.
sports.
40K is crazy.
It's a lot of money. I mean, it's not a lot of money. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But anyways,
100%.
I went to the Seahawks. I got this internship, and actually right around that time, like I was going through something. Like my brother passed at that time, and so I wasn't sure if I was mentally ready to like take this, like move to Seattle, do all this. Spot still doing like I feel bad like I'm not with my family back at home, and everyone I talked to in my family was like, no, you still gotta do this. Like this is like your dream job, right? Like I've been a fan of the Seahawks since I can remember, and so, I mean, I took that job just because I felt like if I'm the best here, how am I gonna get better? And like even though you think you're the best, you still have to try to be better. And so that's what my mindset was at. And I wish I was like, I mean, I wish I could go back in time and still have that mindset with me. I feel like I've lost it a little bit. I mean, even talking about even talking about it now, like I don't have that same drive that I did when I was at that time.
What do you think that is though? Is it more just like the position you're at, what you have accomplished?
I don't know. I don't know actually. Like that's something I need to reflect on. I mean, I'm not saying I'm complacent right now.
Yeah.
But because I'm definitely not. Because I'm trying to move on and move. You know, keep working better, get better. But man, 3 years ago, was that 2 years ago maybe? Dude, I was hungry.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
I was hungry.
Do you
I
think
was ready.
it's because you've accomplished so much in the last 3 years, where it's like you're no longer trying to prove yourself to other people. You're just I feel like you're now trying to prove it to yourself more than anybody else.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I think that's what it like. Before it was like, look at me, I'm at the Seahawks. Like I'm good. And then when I got to the Seahawks, it was like trying to prove to everyone else that I just wasn't like another intern, which I think I ended up doing. Like I think, I mean, and it shows because I still work with them now. Is that, you know, if you're just yourself and like you work hard and like treat people there, like have fun, make work fun, and like be good at your job, like people will like recognize that. And I think I did because I left that internship and now I have a contract with them. So like it wasn't just like an internship and like leave. You know?
That was it,
like most people would take an internship and like use that internship on your resume and go somewhere else. But I mean, it's crazy to say out loud because I've never actually said that out loud about me not having the drive that I do now, and I feel like I want to take that back. I feel like I want to take that.
Go ahead.
Why, like take it back is like you do.
I still have that drive.
You still have it?
I just recently I've been in like a slump.
I see.
Everybody has those though.
Yeah.
I feel like a question I have for the both of y'all too is then how do you guys balance like your guys' passion and also keeping up demands with what the business needs from you guys to be able to do it? When it's like you're doing the work for the business versus you're doing it because you actually just love it and you enjoy it.
Okay, actually, that's a better way to explain what I was talking about. That's a better way to explain. I had back then it was like all passion.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I love filming sports. I love doing this. I love doing this. Now, I still have the passion to be better, but it's more of like a job than it is
It's something that you have to
that
do.
I love. Yeah. I mean, I still love it, but like it's a little different now because it's something that I have to do, like, in order to pay bills, in order to get food, like, I have to do this thing. And it's not
being like a side thing.
Yes, and when I was in college, it was like, I don't need this for food or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like a fun thing to do. So I think that's the difference. And I think people can agree with that. Like, the longer you do something, obviously, the more burnt out you're going to do. I mean, like, you guys, I don't know, like, I don't know how you guys feel about sometimes you probably like hit a wall or something about
100%.
designs or
we all been through there. I think for us, like at least for me, it's just like going through that process of like I think you have to make it fun for yourself as well too.
Yeah.
Where versus like you just have to look at it different because I feel like for a long time it did feel like we were just running a business and it was more of like let's just make ends meet and let's just try to make money. But now it's more of like we actually enjoy that whole process, like that learning, that failing, and even just like every time we have a collection, we get samples, we actually are like excited about it. But I think just the level of detail that we're going to it, and then also we have made this, like, if we want this to be a lifestyle, like, we also have to enjoy that process. And I feel like you said, the more and more you do it, the more demanding it does get, but at the same time, you also have to you can't let that passion die out. Otherwise, I don't think you can really run any business if you don't have that love.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I wanted to take back what I said before, because that's just
to even
a
add
lie.
to both of what you guys are saying. I think for me, the best way I've learned to balance it is doing other shit. Like when I'm burnt out, bro. When I'm burnt out, I'm literally sewing.
Yeah,
like
yeah, bro.
I'm painting. Like I try to do other shit, and that's why like I'm so big on like doing so many different things aside from like just designing stuff.
Yeah.
To a point where it's like that is my release from all of it.
Yeah.
Like some days I'm like, damn, I'm burnt out. Like I don't know what, like I design wise I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Then I'll go sew for like a few days or a day or two. I come back and it's a different energy.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, like for me, that's what's really helped me just not get too stagnant and just trying different things. Like there's one week I literally just grabbed the camera and I started just like going on walks, taking photos, and then just trying to edit what I could do with that. Like just still being creative, but adding those little dots of passion, like, because then it takes it doesn't feel like I'm working.
Yeah.
Like, and same thing with you is like I feel like that, and especially as a creative, it's like when you're working on somebody else's like project, and like they're so like the guidelines are so rigid, it's like there's no fun in it. Yeah. Like really, there isn't, because it's like, okay, I know I have my own methods, I have my own systems to a point where like I can build a website in 2 days. I can build a brand guide in a day and a half. Like I can do a logo in a few days, like, and build out the whole entire thing where it's like my systems are that quick. Yeah. So it doesn't even like excite me.
I mean, that's exactly what we talked about, like kind of like before this. Is like that one time I was filming a video for y'all.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your process is so like on point where it's like it don't look crazy, it don't look fun, it's not exciting, but it's like me doing all the other shit allows me to still have excitement outside of it, to where I can go into that other stuff and not care if it's exciting or not, because I'm fulfilling that passion, excitement somewhere else. So.
It was like, you should tell that story. You want to tell that story about me filming that video for y'all?
Yeah. Man, we invited this man to one of our shoots, and it was like we had our hoodies coming out, and then so we seen Dylan's work, so it was like we know he's cold, and then so we invited him. He was like, Dylan, can you help us with the shoot? He said, yeah, I'll come over there. It was him and his partner Justin that was there, and then so I think there was like 5 different models that was there. And then so we're setting up everything, we're just shooting, and then this man Dylan's just sitting on the ground for like a smooth 10 minutes, and I'm
talking to everybody, models, everybody there, bro.
Well, at least to us it seemed like
yapping, bro.
Yeah, but it seemed like he was not doing nothing, and I literally went up to him, I was like, so Dylan, are you gonna go record? He said, I got enough. I said, what? I went to Josephine, I was like, bro, I don't know what this man Dylan's gonna cook up, because this man just seems like he's not doing nothing. Like, I don't know how well this video's gonna be. And then he would just go again, 2 seconds. When people like, if we switch out like the models, we switch out the outfits, they go back sitting down, laughing and joking. And then I remember he sent us a video of what he made, and I was like, what? I literally had to sit down, and I was like, what the fuck did this? I was like, when did you even record these shots, bro? Like,
that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, bro, I don't remember him recording.
Yeah,
like that's what I was thinking in my head, bro.
Bro, that's so I forgot about that until you guys brought that up.
No, it was cold.
I vividly remember that day though. Like me and you were chopping it up the whole time because we hadn't seen each other in a while, and we were just talking about everything. And I remember Fetty come up to me like, are you gonna record? I was like, fuck you, Fetty. I was like, bro, I've been recording.
This man is talking to me recording. Like,
I think I did that. I think at one point, like I was holding it, he was still talking. I was just going
bro, I was like, no, this is insane, bro. To go back to where it's like, it gets that easy at some.
That's what it gets easy to you. Bro, it's like second nature.
Yeah, once you really get like into it, and like, bro, it all becomes like, you know, anything artistic, I think at any level, turns from an expression to where it's like, this is 1 + 2 or equals 3. Like that. That's the
Dylan said, I was lost.
You know what I mean?
I think about to say 1 + 1 = 2. You said 1 + 2.
Hey, you know how he is.
Hey man, you gotta think.
That's like that video. Is like, what's 9 + 10?
But like, no. What I'm saying is just like it just gets so easy where it's like there's no more fun.
Yeah, like
it's
1 + 2.
Yeah, bro, 1 + 2. And like even it's like I think what makes
That's not simple, bro.
no. I think what makes
I don't know what
creating-
that is, but
That is true.
Was it
But
three?
I think what makes creating
4?
fun is that like the hard part about it. Like, and I think you can attest to this where it's like when
Yeah.
you're first learning,
it's
how to
it's,
do
it's
something,
tough.
so
It's so much more fun.
it's so hard,
So
but
much
it's
more
so
fun.
fun. Like any new skill that you pick up, like any new transition,
Yeah.
like you
You're
learn.
like, oh
like,
shit.
this is
I'm
fire,
like,
bro.
damn, this is fire. It's really not that fire, but like,
In
yeah,
your head.
like, this is fire.
In your-
Yeah.
Bro.
I could actually. I was talking like there's a bunch of new photographers and videographers in Portland these days,
Yeah,
right? Like everyone's
100%.
picking up a camera,
100%.
and I think like when I have the most enjoyment is when someone asks me like a question about like, yo, how do I like, what do I do for this, or like, what should my like settings be or whatever, and I get super excited. I'm like, oh well, I love teaching people, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's my newest thing. It's like I know. Like, I don't want to say I know everything about a camera,
Yeah.
but like I know a good amount.
Yeah.
And like when people want to know about that stuff, and I love telling people.
Yeah.
Like if anyone's asked me a question, I'm never gonna turn them down.
Yeah.
But I think the personality for some people is not to ask questions because they're afraid of like what might be the answer.
I feel like
if
I'm
someone-
definitely the
And a
opposite
lot of
words.
people are egotistical too. They feel
They don't feel like
can
they
do
can
it,
ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even they can. It's just like
They
shit,
don't
I don't
want
need
to.
to ask.
Yeah, like, I don't need to
know
ask.
everything, yeah. But I feel like
they don't have
that's where you learn a lot is when you get experience or even thoughts from other people. Because I always ask questions and I'm like, damn, I didn't even think about it or see it this way.
Yeah.
Where it's just like this can make my life so much easier if I, attack this problem this way versus my own way.
Yeah, I think that's what like us three like.
Yeah.
I've known that we ask each other questions.
100%.
And I mean, you guys ask each other questions. Like I ask Justin, my partner, questions, right? Like when people don't ask questions, it actually kind of confuses me.
Yeah.
Like, do you just think you are too good to ask questions,
Yeah.
or like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I ask questions to people that maybe some people would think aren't like I shouldn't be asking questions. to. But I mean, everyone has their own opinion on something, and like different ideas is how you get better. So
Yeah, and to even add to that, like Fetty, you were on that last call where I was like trying to sell my design services, right? And like I literally straight up told him, I'm about to ask you questions that you think are unrelated to the project, but like just go along with it, and trust me, it'll make sense. Like
Yeah.
it'll all come together. And it's like that's where it's like the more questions you ask, it not only helps your process, but it helps them understand the entire like what you're trying to create in the
For sure.
entire like
For sure.
full circle thing. But I did want to ask you a question, right? Like, has there been a moment where you're like, "Fuck this shit, I don't want to do it anymore. Like,
oh yeah,
I'd rather do something else."
oh yeah. I've had a few of those moments, man.
Well, it's just what I'm just.
I was an intern for the Seahawks, right? And so, I
Did
mean,
they
when
ever
I,
offer you a full-time deal?
yeah. I did. That's when I
Okay.
I had to go back to Portland and
Think about it.
run ReelNative, and I had obligations, you know. So, that didn't go. Probably the path it would have went if I had no obligations and no one relying on me.
I see.
But besides the point.
Yeah.
With that time, I mean, in the sports world, you're working 80 hours a week,
I remember
weekends.
You sent me your notes of all the hours this man was putting in. I was like, bro, how you even sleeping, bro?
Oh yeah,
It
when
was
I used to
crazy.
keep tabs on my
you
notes
used to keep
app.
tab of all the hours, bro.
Uh-huh.
I remember he sent it to me. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how
I think
you
each week
sleep,
it was
bro?
like 67, 72,
It was
75,
crazy,
80,
bro.
65, blah, blah, blah. Like every week during the season, you're doing that for 17 weeks straight, right? And I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Yeah.
But when we got to week 17 and we made the playoffs, let me tell you, I said, you're gonna be fucking joking me right now. I was like, I've never rooted against the Seahawks in my life. When I tell you I did not want to work another week at that fucking
no, it's
team,
crazy.
I was like so over it. We got to the playoffs and we're playing the Niners.
Yeah.
And the Niners are really good right now. And we're in Niner Stadium. It's raining, it's windy. I'm getting heckled by fans because I'm wearing like a Seahawks gear. The Niners kids are yelling at me, throwing candy, whatever.
God damn.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about all that.
And I'm standing up there, and we have the lead going into half, or like we're pretty damn close to. I can't exactly remember the score. But when I tell you, I was texting my fucking coworkers like, we better not win this game, because that would have meant we had to fly to Philadelphia the next week. And at the time, I was making all the videos for like the hype like
Oh,
hype
no,
videos
yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
And I was like, I have to make one more fucking hype video.
I'm not doing this.
I don't even know if I should be saying this, but but yeah, I was like really, really over it. And when the season ended, I was like, man, finally. And I took that week off after the season ended, and I was like, shit, I can't believe I wished for the season to be over. Like I really wanted to go back. I really wanted to do it again. Like right now, I said I wish I was in Philadelphia. Our season just ended last week.
Yeah. They didn't make the playoffs?
Didn't make the playoffs, no. And I really want to be in Dallas this week, which is where we would have been. And I think about my attitude this year as compared to last year.
Yeah.
I think that's like shows growth, you know.
Yeah.
Like I wish we kept. I want to keep working. I want to be there again, and I can't. And I was actually like this whole week. Seahawks season ended. UW lost the championship game, and Pete Carroll just today, about an hour ago, like is leaving the Seahawks, and that's someone I look up to. And I've got to work closely with, and so it's been a rough week for me mentally, because I just, you know, I'm out of that realm right now. I don't know if I'm ever gonna go back, and that's something that's like been eating at me, because it is sad. I mean, I grew up. That's my dream job, you know.
Yeah.
And who knows where I'm gonna be next month or 3 months from now.
I think
So if they offered you a full-time job, would the answer be different right now from what it was a year ago?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Hey, that's a good answer, bro. That's a good answer.
I'm gonna not answer that.
Keep your cards to yourself for sure. But I think that goes into my next question. Is like, how do you guys deal with stress? Because I feel like being an entrepreneur, it comes with stress. Like they go hand in hand. Yeah. And even what you're talking about in moments that you're at, and we both experienced this as well too. But like, what are those ways that you kind of deal with those stressful moments or stressful situation where it's just like, let me take time to myself, versus where it's like you still have to run your business, you still have to do all this work as well too, but still trying to, you know, keep peace with your mental state.
I mean, that's loaded, right? Like, that's a loaded question. I mean, stress comes in all different forms for everyone. For me, it can be anywhere from, oh shit, the Seahawks lost, to, you know, something as crazy as death in the family, right? And I think when it comes to stress, like, you just gotta keep knowing what your goal is, right? And if your goal can be achieved, you know, you have to take that stress and use it as like a force to push yourself.
Not run away from it.
Yeah, like hit the stress head on, right?
Yeah.
Instead of you know, coping and feeling bad for yourself and whatever. And you can sit here and talk about like, ignore it, blah blah blah. But that's not good, right?
Oh no,
that's
I
not
think
good
that
for
makes
your
the shit
mental
worse.
health, right? Yeah, and I mean, I know people that would, you know, macho, like, don't, like, I mean, my brother probably would have said some shit like that. Right? Like, fuck the stress, like, keep going. Yeah. And obviously, I mean, that shit catches up to you, right? Yeah. So, I mean, when it comes to stuff like that, like, talking to people is probably, like, the best thing. Yeah. Because I realized that. And I was at the Seahawks, I kind of felt alone for a little bit because I didn't really, like, trust, like, can I talk to my boss? Can I talk to a coworker? I'm an intern. I'm not, like, you know. Once I realized that I could, and I surrounded myself with good people, I mean, I talk to my boss about anything, right? I mean, she's great. Like, I can say exactly how I'm feeling in that moment, and there's no judgment about it. And I think that's, like, super important, is who you're surrounded by. Yeah. Like, you guys can talk to each other about anything, right? Because you guys know, me and Justin can talk about it. Yeah. About anything, right?
He knows a little bit too much about my life.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like,
but it helps.
Me and Justin live together. We're like best friends. Yeah. We work together. It's like, holy.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a whole relationship. Right?
Yeah. It's like, oh my God. So we both realize that. I mean, like, sometimes we'll walk in the house, don't even say nothing to each other.
Yeah. That's, bro, I actually value that people are able to actually just do that. Yeah. Where it's just like, we're tight, but I don't want to talk to you every single day. Bro, some days I don't even want to talk to you.
I mean, cool. We both recognize, like, we have different personalities and whatever. I mean, like, I'm way more annoying.
Yeah, you're okay. Dylan can talk for days.
I'm louder.
I'm outside every weekend.
Yeah, I'm outside.
Justin is very calm. He's
very,
a very calm person.
Homebody, you know. And I'll get home. I was out of the house the whole day. He was inside the house. I walk home. We just walk home. By each other.
You know what's crazy? I've never seen that fool Justin outside. Now that I think about it, bro.
I've seen him once.
Once?
Maybe twice, actually.
He's actually kind of funny, bro.
It was twice. That was before he got in.
After I did that one shoot with y'all at the Mac, I knew he was like actually cool as fuck to just be around, but I was just like, he was always, even on our shoots, he just like come in,
Yeah.
do the work.
Yeah,
chill.
I mean, that's also the thing is like, in a way, like if you look at ReelNative, like Justin is doing hella shit,
Yeah.
but you don't really like, people don't necessarily think that way because what they see on the outside is like me all the time on
Yeah.
stuff, like, but that's not nearly true.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like,
I think that even speaks a lot to his character that he doesn't really care about being in the light of everything that's going on. But at the
for
same
sure.
time, it's like
For sure.
he gets the
how
work
he is.
done.
Yeah, he
And-
get the work done.
Yeah.
He's a good guy for sure.
Yeah, I think even adding to yours, like what I really love to do when I'm ever like in stressful situations as well too, is just even adding to what you said, just doing other stuff. Like I would literally just go to gym, go play basketball. That always helps, because when you get yourself out of that situation, I feel like just moving your body always just helps, just like de-stress and help you just rethink in those situations you're at. And even adding to what you're saying, it's like those stressful moments are always going to be there. At the end of the day, tasks still need to get done, so you just need to start working on it versus just moping around. It's just like just make that to-do list and just start checking.
Oh, changing your work scene too.
That's
So
key.
I mean, we obviously like work from home and whatever, we can do whatever.
Used to, bro. We were just literally talking about this. Right? I actually get in the office here, bro. Helps
That's
so
what I'm saying.
much.
I can't work at home. So changing your work,
much,
like
yeah.
I'll walk into, I'll go into like a Lifetime and like work in the lobby or
Yeah.
whatever. Or I'll go to a brewery and sit and have like a drink.
Yeah.
But like just being able to see something like different
Yeah.
and like do something in a different work environment. And
It's crazy when you
separating
wake
your home.
up and you just go, "That's right there."
Nah,
You're not
it
getting
doesn't-
not getting to your desk.
Not at all,
It's
bro.
a 30-second commute. and
Yeah.
you're not there. You give me a 30-minute commute, I'm in the car ready, I'm
Exactly,
dressed, I'm
exactly.
ready to go. Like,
Exactly.
I think that's the biggest thing with working from home. People don't understand, like, it's hard to separate you need to separate your home from your work.
Yeah.
And that's something like, we're not even that old, but we already know that, right?
And to be honest, I think like when I move out, I won't even have like any electronics in my room. Like that's how much I want to separate. Like,
that makes sense,
Whatever
bro.
work and just like sleep or whatever. And just to even add to that, like lately I've been like really into like just getting back into fitness, like for real. And one of the best things for me to manage my stress.
I can't tell. Fuck is he talking about?
No, I'm not gonna. Bro, I can show you. I've been running, bro. I've been running.
proof, bro.
Hey, I'm not. We don't need to do it right now, but I can show you. No, but I think the most important thing that I've like realized for my fitness is just like running. Like I'm dead ass. Running has helped so much. Like,
This guy's yapping.
no, I'm dead ass.
Good. I'm kidding.
No, I know you're kidding, but you can't even see anything, bro.
I'm sorry, bro.
No,
He said he can feel it though. What do
yeah.
you feel? Is there any muscle there?
Nah.
I never said I was lifting.
All right. You're running. All right. Cool.
So I think,
got
like
cardio
I said,
in.
like cardio has honestly been the best thing for me. Like getting into like it's literally zone 2 cardio where it's like very light, minimal, but just doing it for long periods of time. Like that has been the most like calming thing for me. And like when I'm exercising or doing anything,
There's different zones of cardio.
Yeah, it's just more about like
You don't
how
know about zone 1?
What is
it's just
zone
about
one?
like,
Walking.
Yeah. So it's like the level of effort. I think there's
So how much zones
It's your
is
heart.
it?
It's your heart. It's 5 zones. Zone 1 through 3, 4, 5. Zone 2 is like, what you're saying, jogging, whatever.
Yeah.
Zone 5 is when you're doing like Metcon, like workouts and like
So
CrossFit.
it's like pushing yourself to the. It's also zone 5 is also considered your VO2 max. So it's like basically exerting yourself.
You know what
I don't know.
No, okay, but this is what I'm saying. I've been really into like maximizing that shit.
1 plus
but
2.
No, but it's just all about maximizing your.
This nigga Justin will
overall-
give me some most random facts ever,
telling you.
bro.
Bro, your VO2 max is like whatever your heart rate and like your body can like. That's your peak performance.
Yeah, and so understanding all of that, like, it's helped me, like, actually get better overall stress relief. Like, me, like, actually running consistently has actually helped my.
Yeah, it's like a runner's high.
Bro, and it's not even that. It's just like that time, because like I run, but I like always. I don't necessarily run with like music. I literally always.
I was gonna say, do you listen to music?
I listen to classical music. Like
You look like you listen to
I'm
classical
dead ass.
music,
I'm
bro.
dead serious. Like because I don't want to like run to anything upbeat. Like all about like getting calm. And like when I'm actually running, I'm not even barely listening to music. I'm just really like
No, that's fair.
alone with myself
That's
in that
good.
moment.
I was actually gonna ask you guys about what do you think music? How does music affect? Like, do you use music to study or like do you use music to work? Like, I feel like you don't. I feel like you do. Because you guys are such different. Yeah, because you guys have different.
You don't use
ways.
music to study?
No. I do. Like, I'm always listening to music. Like,
really?
Yeah, for me. But it's like sometimes it's podcasts, sometimes it's like music. Like, I actually need something. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I listen to music like all the time. Like, I think I have my AirPods in like 90%.
That's what I'm saying. Like, music actually, and I think that's like, bro, back to classical music. That shit, I started listening to that while I'm working. Like, it helps just.
You know that Beethoven way?
Bro, Beethoven, Mozart. There's this one Asian dude. I think his name is Jeng or something like that. Like, he does like. There's a lot of different classical pieces, bro.
Like, did you hear me?
Yeah.
No. What did you say?
He said that one Asian. I was like, Dylan.
No, but
Loki, come out with an album, bro.
Huh?
Come out with an album.
You ever see the podcast between Bobby Lee and like that white ginger dude?
Yeah.
And they're
Andrew
like,
something.
yeah, the guy isn't Dave, and they're like talking to each other, and he's like, I hate when you do an Asian accent, and then like he turns around like hits a gong, and he's like, oh, I hate when I do Asian accent. So funny.
What the fuck?
I've seen that clip before.
And then this one is like, never mind.
Like, I think to just go back to where the conversation was, I think it is like stress is really all about managing like your time. And like, even one thing I've noticed is sleep too.
Oh, 100%,
Like,
yeah.
bro, when I really
My
focus,
shit's fucked.
bro.
I know
literally,
you don't
when my
sleep
sleep
at
is
all, but-
fucked, everything is fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I never realized how much that correlates. When I'm getting like 7 to 8 hours of sleep, like I'm at my most peak constantly when I actually can get my sleep. And that also minimizes my stress because I'm not worried about like, am I like energized enough? Am I like, you know?
I feel like that's the biggest thing I've been trying to deal with right now, especially with like working and having a business, bro. That shit is draining as fuck.
Yeah, I just hate that. Like, I would love to go to sleep at 10, but I do my best work when I'm at
I'm
home.
the same
and it's
way
like
too.
midnight, and
I'm a night owl, bro.
Time to lock
Yeah.
in. Like, I
But
just
like, okay,
But then you have to wake up-
yourself, bro. I'm dead ass thinking like I used to think the same way, bro.
But I am way more
college-
productive. Like I feel my brain's just way more awake at that point.
No,
but
I think it has to do with your sleep patterns. I don't think it has anything to do with like you actually like working better at that time. Like if you
fair.
yeah.
Do
if
you know what I think? Why it's for me though?
Yeah.
It's because during the day, like, there's so many things I could do.
oh yeah,
Like, I could go to the gym, I could go hoop. Like, someone's saying, like, someone's doing this, like, I want to get brunch. But at midnight, like, there's nothing going on. Like, I know that.
you just have a different problem. You like to be outside, bro.
I mean, I like having fun. Man.
No, I'm saying. I'm like,
I like having
no, but I
fun.
think it is like you said, it's just really about prioritizing. Like, okay, this is because I used in college, bro. I did all my homework at like 12, 1. Like, I never did anything during the day. Like you said, like
that's fair.
I'm doing everything else during. Like, I want to do everything else in the day, but then do it later in the day. But like,
But I would prefer like if I can work later and sleep in more. That would be my ideal scenario. Where I'm like I could work until like 3 a.m., 2 a.m. Wake up at 10 or 11. That's smooth.
that's
I
crazy.
just hate waking up early in the morning, bro. Because I feel like it's just so much more work. You have to wake up, get your body up and going, all that other shit.
Bro,
Versus
but like,
it's
if you sleep earlier,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know if I go to sleep early, it will help. I just feel like it just
Bro,
makes
it's
more.
just funny because I know Josephine is like the opposite of that.
Yeah,
and like
100%.
hearing you say that, I know he's like fucking like mauling inside. He's like, this motherfucker doesn't.
No. But like, for me, it's like, bro, I don't know. When I just switch my mindset where it's like, instead of waiting till the end to do something and just getting it done right away, like it just literally transitioned from doing it at night and then doing it in the morning. Like, instead of procrastinating and thinking like, oh, let
But
me do this.
okay, here's my counter argument to that.
Yeah.
No matter when you go to bed, you're gonna sleep for like what 7-8 hours, maybe, right?
No, not
Or
me.
whatever you're gonna sleep for,
Yeah.
whatever. No matter where that is, you still have that same amount of hours awake. So to me, it's like it doesn't even matter. Like if you're waking up at 11, but you're staying up till 3, like it's still the same hours, as opposed to going to sleep at 10 and waking up at 6, right? It's the same.
Yeah, it really just depends
just-
on
it's
what
just a
works
different
better
time.
for you. Yeah.
Now, we can go into the scientific reasons why that actually does matter and affects your actual stress and how your productivity.
Yeah, but we're not going to.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, no.
Stop.
Like I think you have to fit everything to your schedule.
No,
which
yeah.
makes sense. But I do think like making everything happen sooner is going to be so beneficial. In every
That's fair.
single
I mean, I'm not saying I disagree with you.
That's what
I'm
I'm
just
saying,
giving like a count.
Yeah.
But if you're still getting
More
the
or
work done,
less.
you're still getting the work done, right?
Yeah, but if I mean, I feel like he's saying like if you're getting the work done, but you're not happy, you're stressed out more. Like,
But
whatever.
I will be happy, bro. I just hate waking up in the morning in general. Period.
Yeah, and I understand that's a personal preference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I'm just, like, I'm saying you have to, like, obviously the science is going to say one thing, right? But you have to fit it to your schedule. I'm privileged to be able to say, like, yo, I can get all my work done throughout the day and go to sleep at set time.
But you're also just, like, probably the hardest working person I know.
No, but, like, I want to say that. It's just more like, I just maximize everything. Like, instead of...
for sure. You're just different. You're different.
No.
This
I
guy's
wanna
built
say
different,
that.
bro.
Like, honestly,
You're
like,
different,
when I stopped working less, I was more productive. Like, I used to be here from, like, 6 a.m. to 7, 8. Like, I would leave at 7, 8. But now I'm usually gone by, like, 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, just because I'm like, bro, I don't want to...
I feel like what makes it harder for me is just like, if I could, I would. I would definitely love to, like, wake up early, go to... Because, I feel like... But for me, it's like, man, I have stuff for Bproud. It's like by the time I'm here, 8, 9 o'clock, I'm going home 10, still got to cook, still got to feed the fam, and then it's just like by the time it's just 12. And then now it's
bro,
just
that's
like,
what I'm saying, bro. Cooking?
Yeah.
Bro, cooking.
Meal prep food?
I know, bro. Like, people get on my ass. I'm traveling. I mean, I'm
100%. That's hard,
I'm not. I haven't been. I think last year I was on 50 flights. I was in.
Damn.
I went to like maybe like all 50 states, honestly, realistically, and I was home maybe half the days of the year. I mean, that's part of my job, right? Traveling to film. And like my roommates would be like, "You never cook or whatever." I'm like, because that shit takes forever.
Oh, it's time consuming.
And I gotta wash dishes, and I gotta do this. Like, I'm rather just go Wendy's. Say, all you can eat Korean barbecue. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, they're like, you never cook. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to cook.
to.
I don't want to cook.
It is, I think it is balancing time. Like, and that's what's so difficult. I think because there's so much actual valuable information out there about managing stress, how to optimize your time, all this different shit. But it's like, if you can't fit
you can't do it.
If you can't fit in your schedule, then it's like none of that is even worth it. And I think that's where it's like you have.
Because I feel like what makes it even harder is just like even finding out time to do fun stuff. Like even finding time for me to even go to gym is hard nowadays. Where it's just like
that's tough.
Where I'm like, damn, I don't even want to. It's like I want to, but I have work to get done, or I have to wake up earlier, which I hate doing it, knowing the amount of sleep I'm getting right now. So it's just like, when the fuck do I figure out that time to kind of?
I feel like your problem is you be taking naps midday, bro.
No, I need to. It seems like
I
need
used to do that.
bro.
I used to do that. I don't do it anymore. Well, us three could talk forever. Really.
Realistically.
For sure, but what's the last thing? What are we ending on?
No, I think this
is cool. It's smooth.
Like that?
I think we was talking on some tangents.
Yeah, we was talking. I mean, I got one thing.
Yeah.
What is? Do you guys ever feel like you're in the wrong profession?
No,
Not
anymore, bro.
I used to think so.
Not anymore, because
you know you're where you belong.
Bro, because I did go do something else for a little bit.
Yeah.
I did go do insurance, like for basically 9 months, like it's 9-10 months, right?
I still never understand why the fuck you in that career.
Man, I was getting paid, bro, and I needed the money, bro. That's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And so, for me, like it was just like once I tried something else, and I knew I hated it. Like, I knew whatever I gotta do, I don't want to do that right now. It made me kind of like put more energy into what I really wanted to do. And like once and for me, it's not even about like graphic design itself, because I don't see it as like I know as long as I'm creating something, I'm cool. Like as long as I'm doing something that creates something else where I'm actively creating, that's all that matters. And I know like with what I'm doing right now, I can basically create whatever my mind like wants. And it gives me the ultimate, like even with the businesses or the brands that I'm working with, I'm just basically creating a made-up business, and I'm like opening up my imagination to what it could be and just having fun with it. So that's why like I know I'm in the perfect like place, because like I know I can create and do whatever I want within, obviously.
Yeah, I think, man, to what you're saying is like I could see myself in the long term continue doing this. It's like what makes me more like confirm like I actually do want to be able to do this, because I can see myself 30, 40 still like doing what I'm doing right now. And I think that goes back to where, like, this whole conversation started from. It's like there's a passion behind what we're doing. And there is that still, like, that joy and that fun that you still find in what you're doing every single day. Yeah. And so I think if you're finding that in whatever you're doing, then, like, you know you're in the right place, Versus, like you say, you go do something you know you hate it, you definitely should not be there. That's a sign in itself that you shouldn't be there.
Now, what about you? You like making videos?
Nah, I love making videos.
Well, you gotta say it that way, bro.
I love making videos, man. I love making videos, bro. Like sometimes if I am to think about like, oh, maybe I'm in the wrong thing, it's in the same realm. Like I would want to be like more in the marketing aspect of it, right? Like I want to make the plan. I want to be the manager. Because for me, it's like I can be a camera op. I can do this. I can do this. But I want to build the plan from like the marketing level.
Do you ever think you're gonna get to that point with Real Natives though, where it's like you can actually start delegating your tasks?
I mean, that is and was the goal. Like extremely. Like, ever since I started, eventually, like I want to be the director. I want to build this thing from the ground up. I don't want to just be told like what to do with the camera, right? And I think that's part of me, like the culture of me creating my own company is that that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
And if Real Native takes me there or not or whatever, but that's the goal. Like I want to make sure that this marketing plan includes video, but it includes photo, graphic, and push notifications and email marketing and stuff like that. I kind of want to be in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But, and isn't that what you went to school for, marketing?
Yeah. I mean, that's always kind of was the goal. I just took a little detour there.
I mean, I think
my life.
I think you're making those steps too. It's like building out the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Like delegating, I think it just takes time.
Yeah, and it just so happened that when I graduated college, I decided to go this route, and
I think it's a good skill set to have.
Done.
Oh shit.